meron din naman akong kagwapo. Alam mo yun? Pero actually, yung mas
So
challenge...
there's less fear of judgment? But judgment is still there.
Yung mga out na. Lalo na, di ba, familiar tayo pag biniro kang nakamiyo ka, di ba? Parang ang daming nakamiyo na tomboy. Sabi kasi
stereotype
we
na
had
talaga
that discussion before, di ba?
Yes.
All right, on this episode of Tunay Na Rider, we have our good friends, the organizers of Pride Ride Manila, and we're going to be talking about the challenges of being an LGBTQ plus
Kwa.
LGBT
Kwa.
rider in the Philippines. On the show tonight, we've got none other than our good buddy, Motobex. What's up, Motobex?
Hi, happy Pride.
And we've got, this is her second time on
Second year
on the show.
time, yeah.
We've got Che
Yes, happy Pride. Hello.
and a new friend and Tunay Na Rider ally, as well as an LGBTQ
Ally.
LGBT qua ally.
A-L-L-Y hindi alay
Oo,
na
hindi.
inalay.
Oh.
Iba yun.
Kasi iba outfit ko pag inaalay ako.
Yun. Tess.
Ibang ligo.
Hello, everyone.
So, we're gonna... Well, we just did our live stream where you guys invited people to the Pride Ride and we had a fun talk. Now we're gonna go a little bit more serious.
You sound serious.
Modulated
Pag
na
serious
yung
ba
voice.
dapat modulated yung voice?
Ano pa? Ito yung podcast mo. So,
Podcast voice.
yeah, no, we're gonna talk about the challenges because off the air we had a bit of a deep dive and a very lively discussion about the challenges of being an LGBTQ or LGBT rider. And we were talking about the Beckys ng Sierra and a friend of ours who passed away. Yun. So, yeah, Motobex started off. What are the challenges?
Madami. Pero on my first year of being Motobex, may isang nakaride ako na parang sinabi sa akin, baka kaya yan yung branding mo para you can easily along with girls. Tapos mabilis mo silang, alam mo yun, parang, explain ko sa akin, sabi ko, excuse me. Sabi ko, number one, alam ko na bakla talaga ako. Kaya sabi ko, the reason why Motobex yan, para the messaging is clear na I'm a motorcycle rider who rides a lot and well-rounded and at the same time, my sexual orientation and identification, I'm gay. So in Tagalog, siyempre Bex, everybody knows what's Bex. Ayun, kaya clearly din na may pride color, na may rainbow. So yun pala, may messaging na ako. Pero again, may mga tao talaga na they don't get it. So that's why sinasabi na ganyan yung intention. So kiniklear ko sa kanila, hindi ganun intention ko. Or sometimes they don't believe na, bakla ka ba talaga? Kasi may mustache ka, workout ko, laki ng katawan mo, laki ng dibdib mo. Mas maganda pa katawan mo sa akin.
Stereotype.
So, mas stereotype ka eh. So,
I would argue that
Diba?
most of my gay friends are a lot more macho than I am.
diba? So, may mga ganong kagad na judgment. So, I need really to educate and tell them na at this present time, ang dami ng evolution, ang dami ng pwedeng represent the LGBTQIA+ community.
But I find that really weird, that comment na nagpapanggap kang bakla to get close to girls. Because there are easier ways than parang napaka like pervy yung nag-iisip ng ganun level, di ba?
Maybe. True.
Parang it's just such a sinister pervy way to get close to women.
Pero,
diba?
ay kasi out of, sabi natin, 100 riders na nakasama ko, I think that's only like 1%. So, the rest, sobrang supportive, knowledgeable, matalino. And natutuwa sila na I'm existing with the group. Yung iba pang sabi, buti nandyan ka kasi ang lagi namin nakikita sa community, like the lesbian community are really out and strong. Pero yung like the manly looking gay, bihira kayo makakita. Tapos ride ng ride kung pinagkagawa. So, hindi ka na nagpapakyut. So, natutuwa sila.
And that confuses me.
Oh.
Because I would think if there was a sport or a hobby that really aligned with gay guys, that would be riding. Because
Well,
I've never had more been to more romantic destinations, had sunset dinners with Maki than I have with my wife. Like all over the Philippines, we go to these
You have a
beautiful
point.
resorts.
Boracay.
We share rooms.
Oh my God.
Diba? I mean, like, parang...
Watch the sunset kami together.
Come to think of it.
And this is with like ang daming romantic-ish or like great experiences with other guys riding than I have with my wife who stays at home. Diba?
Actually, Ibap, kung napanood nyo yung
The hairy and
Hungry and the hairy. Meron talaga, so pareho silang straight.
Yeah.
Pero because magkasama sila the whole season, iba-ibang episode, puro sila yung magkasama. Nagkakabiruan na sila ng gano'n.
Bromance na sila.
Oh, ang daming bromance pagdating sa riding
bromance
community.
na.
So I would
Oo,
say, and not only that, we get to dress up in nice clothes.
Yeah.
We have these sexy, massive things between our legs, diba? Na
Hot.
parang, I would think, there would be like a lot of gay riders. Bakit? But why are you like, well, I'm sure there are, do I know any others?
Hindi kasi usually yung mga since nag-start ako as motobex, ngayon lang sila naka-encounter na may ganyan representation.
Na manly.
Na manly looking gay.
Yeah, but why are
Kasi
there
usually
more?
nakikita nila mga talagang FM, baklang parlor ang term nila or alam na trans talaga. So, yun yung na-enclose sila sa ganung perception pag being a gay. So, kailangan sabi ko sa kaya may LGBTQIA++ to identify properly yung person kung ano yung orientation niya. So, ngayon namin nakikita nila ako yung mas active publicly sa mga events, sa mga rides. So, may naisip nila may ganito pala. So, natatanggap nila.
Because guys who ride, and there are a lot of guys who are very into the aesthetic.
Yeah.
True naman.
Porno.
Right? And matchy and nice gear that goes with their
Brands.
bike. And for me, I think that's kind of effeminate, right? I mean,
Metrosexual
very
daw.
metrosexual.
Very
That's why I'm wondering, why aren't there more motobecs in the world?
Naks.
But
Siguro
walang
marami,
group
pero
ng manly motobec riders.
I think nandyan sila, but sometimes, pag nakakausap ko sila, they are not ready to be publicly open or like public consumption na nandyan ako as not only content creator, but nandyan ako to exist.
Why? And I guess that's the question.
Because they have
Why?
personal
Preference.
May
reasons.
asawa.
Not naman. Like for example,
Kuloseta pala.
on my first year, may na-meet ako, naka-Ducati siya, Monster.
Yan na pa isa-isa na Ducati.
Diba? Nag-message siya sa Instagram ko. Sabi niya, hi Bex, I like you're representing our community, but I cannot be out because my family will disown me, ganyan. But I'm willing to meet you, but there's no picture.
When you say family, it's like really inheritance. It's not
Yes.
wife and kids,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yes. Tapos, sabi ko, let's meet. So, nag-meet kami sa Tomas. Tapos, ako naka-PCX ako yun. Tapos, kasi gusto niya uminom. Tapos, yung Ducati siya. Dumating siya Ducati. Tapos, bukas pa yung restaurant na maliwanag. O di, bro, kami ngayon kasi, ganyan ha. Ay ko, sige, hindi ako loud, ganyan. Yung pinatay yung ilaw, order pa siya ng maraming bis. Mamaya nag-iiba yung boses. Huy, alam mo ba? Si ganito, nakita ko. Tapos minsan mga ganyan. Sabi ko, ano kakakala ko ba bro? Tapos wala lang sabi niya, pag ganyan nakakapag-express ako. Siyempre hindi ako nakikita masyado. Pero siyempre yung pagdala ko ng, for example, Ducati, sabi niya, proud siya kasi yung very masculine, very sporty. Pero makikita mo yung helmet niya na branded na may Hello Kitty na sticker, may maliit siyang back. Sabi ko, akala ko
So
ba
may
talaga-
signs.
May mga signs na binibigay siya. Sabi niya, pero syempre, aesthetic yun eh. Na parang ang cute tignan, pero it doesn't judge him as, ay, gay ka agad. Kasi ang laki ng katawan
Okay,
niya,
I'm not
diba?
I'm not a judgmental person, but and I can kind of see why you would need liquid courage to
Yeah.
open up. But pare, wag ka naman uminom at saka motor. Naka-Ducati pa yun. Diba?
Ay, hindi, ano lang yun. Parang ilang bottles lang. Pero alam mo naman
Pero
yan. Nakauwi
still,
naman siya.
diba?
Okay naman.
Oo.
Ayun, pero happy siya na may representation in public.
Yeah.
Na nandun ako to represent him. Pero kasi hindi niya, kahit gusto niya gawin, pero the conditions na mawawalan nga siya ng mana. Kasi nga, yung clan nila, sabi niya, he's well known. So parang, okay, so,
Ano kaya ito?
ayun.
Ducati.
Huwag mo isipin.
Ati, may inheritance.
Ha?
Inheritance.
Mawalan ng mana?
Hacienda.
Hacienda.
Hacienda?
Sugar business ba ito? Ilonggo?
Ay, hindi na-ride naman niya from Manila to somewhere there sa north.
So,
Tarlac.
North?
Tarlac.
what are the other reasons that keep people from coming out and being open like you are?
Maraming factors kasi syempre it will start talaga on a personal level ng tao. Kasi maraming factors like ano yung environment niya, background niya, family, orientation, pinanggalingan niya from childhood, baka may trauma siya pinagdadaanan. So ang daming factor. Kung hindi niya ma-resolve yun hanggang maging adult siya, mahirap pa talaga siya mag-out. Pero kung nare-resolve niya every year, tapos he's ready to come out, then definitely, it's a process of journey na to come out of the shell. Na hindi siya forced but more willing siya. So mas lumalabas yung pagiging siya. Matanggap na niya yung sarili niya. So willing siya to be more vulnerable, in the same time ready siya for judgment ng public.
But I'm still surprised that it's like only one person who's reached out to you. I would assume you've been riding for how long and you've been open for how long? For 5 years. May army ka na of motobike riders. Diba? Parang...
Pero pag nakakausap ko sila, siyempre iba yung priorities eh. Nakaka-ride, pero siyempre, nandun pa rin yung... May level of fear pa din. May level of fear. So I respect
post ka
that.
ng post eh.
Hindi ako naman pinopost ko, di ba?
May no posting ride ka.
Yung mga ibang hindi nakikita, so may mga special moments yun. So,
Baka nga kasi ganun, di ba? Like ikaw, Bex, wala ka naman talagang group when you started, di ba? Solo
Wala.
rider ka.
Mm.
So baka do you usually start as a solo rider? Like take away the content creator in you, you'd be a solo rider.
Yeah.
Pero si Bex, hindi naiiwan sa mga ride yan. Respetado yan sa...
Oo.
Ay, oo naman.
Ano siya,
Magaling.
honorary
Pati
member
nagte-trail.
ng mga groups.
Nagte-trail din yan.
Oo.
Yes.
O complete package, di ba?
Ano kasi minsan may nagano rin sa akin na parang, baka katulad ka na ibang content creator na pa-sweet lang, pa ganito lang. Sabi ko, hindi. Sabi ko, ride tayo. So, yun.
Pa-sweet.
Going to the other
Pakainin kita
side.
ng lupa. Anong sweet,
Umupo
sweet?
lang sa motor.
Anong sweet?
True.
River crossing.
Going to the other side, with Che,
Yeah.
when you have female riders, there seems like there are more
Yes.
female riders who are L or lesbians, or bisexuals.
Yeah.
And you guys, again, this is probably a stereotype, but you naturally group together. Oh, you're a lesbian. Let's ride together.
Posibleng ganyan. Pero, di ba, alam naman natin na yung typical
While he's
biruan.
looking for other people to hook up with. Dapat iba every week.
Correct.
Oy, wholesome yun hindi yung pag-booking Malinis ako sa motorcycle ko. Malinis talaga.
Hi, Zeke.
Okay,
pero
just
yun
for
nga,
the people listening, the reason I know these terms is because I have a lot of friends. And we talk about these things.
Pero kasi, yun nga, kasi yung pagmamotor, parang ang tingin talaga ng lahat, man's world eh. 'Di ba? So, I guess, yung ibang mga lesbians, parang okay lang na i-display ko yung masculine side ko.
Correct.
'Di ba? Lalo na yung talagang yung mga lesbians na butch. Yung talagang manly na lesbians. Syempre, feeling nila, gwapo sila na nakamotor din ako. Meron din naman akong kagwapo. Alam mo yun. Pero actually, yung mas
So there's
challenge...
less fear of judgment? But judgment is
yung
still
mga
there.
out na. Yung mga
Yeah,
out na. Lalo na, di ba, familiar tayo pag biniro kang nakamiyo ka, di ba? Parang ang daming nakamiyo na tomboy. Sabi kasi
Yeah, I remember that.
Stereotype
We
na
had that
talaga yun.
discussion before, di ba?
Yes.
Like, uy,
Yes.
Mio, di ba? And then I remember being so clueless because Bianca, our old producer,
Nakakatombo.
asked me, kung okay lang bumili ng Mio because there is that
Stigma.
stigma that if she
Yes.
gets a Mio,
Baka sabihin siyang
people will
tomboy.
think she's a
Yes.
lesbian.
Hindi ko rin alam kung saan nag-start
Saan
yun.
galing
Pero
yun?
kasi, siguro
Welcome
feeling
to
ko
social
lang,
media.
this is my feeling. Kasi, nung nag-attend kami sa Marikina Pride March, nag-park kami, nakakotse. Paglabas namin sa parking, ang daming Mio. Sabi namin sa security guard, sir, lalabas po yung car namin kasi marami pong Mio. Sandali, papatawag ko lang. Pagdating, ang dami-dami talaga nilang mga Mio riders. Talagang puro sila, butch. Talagang sabi ko, oh my gosh, ganito kadami yung naka-Mio na butch. Pero feeling ko, yung reason nga dyan, yung Mio kasi mababa. Syempre yung mga Asian women, mas mababa.
Yung inseam.
Yung inseam. Mas maikli. So, mas bagay talaga yung Mio. Madaling i-ride. Actually, ako nga yung...
Did you ever own a Mio?
No, never. But, pero, nag-start ulit akong mag-Vespa or mag-ride ng scooter. Because,
Taas ng Vespa.
Oo,
Oo.
pero, so, 2018 pa lang, sabi ko, kasi si Audrey Hepburn, diba?
Yeah.
Sobrang like namin si Audrey Hepburn. So parang, okay yun, pagka nag-office ka, naka-outfit ka, naka-heels ka, pwedeng,
Step in eh.
Oo, parang ganda ng outfit mo, tapos punta ka sa office, ganun. So, dinidream ko na talaga siya. Pero yun nga, hindi ko naman alam na mataas siya. Pero way back, 13 years old pa lang ako, nag-scooter na ako eh. So, hindi ako
Baka Mio nun dati.
Hindi. Scooter siya
Ikaw
na
pala
Yamaha.
nakumpisa ng ano.
Na Mio.
Ikaw
Mio
nakumpisa ng
Revolution.
trend.
Hindi, pero yun nga, meron akong friend, pumunta siya sa condo, tapos naka-Mio siya. And butch siya. Tapos sabi ko, ito yung ginagamit mo kung san ka pumupunta. Sabi niya, sabi ko, can I try? Tapos nung tinry ko, parang laruan. Galing nga.
Parang
Kaya ko ba?
bagay sa sexual orientation ko to.
Mas madali. Sabi ko, kaya ko palang mag-motor ulit. Pero syempre, hindi yun yung inaay kong motor. Gusto ko talaga yung Vespa na. So, fast forward, Vespa, parang feeling ko ako lang yung babaeng naka-Vespa that time. Before pandemic. So sabi ko, maghahanap ako sa mga page ng Vespa, kung sino babae. May message ko sila isa-isa. Pero wala sa kanila ang lesbian. So,
Or you didn't know at the time? Or?
At the time, well, kasi nga, bukod sa, yun nga, yung stereotyping.
Exactly.
Hindi lahat ng butch or lesbian ay butch or male-looking. Madaming female, maraming femme. And yun naman yung hindi nakikita ng mas marami. So, going back to the topic, ano ba yung challenge? So, fast forward, I founded Vespa Lady Riders and dumami yung marami pala. I didn't know marami palang nagve-Vespa na babae. Meron mga feminine na lesbians. Pero marami ding mommy, tita. But there are a few people na I learned na lesbians pala sila. But they're very feminine. Pero again, katulad nung mga friends ni Paolo, they're scared to come out. Minsan, dun nga ako nagiging mas careful as founder of the group because pag nakikita minsan kami, lalo na yung parang medyo puro babae kayo, alam nung iba na you're part of the LGBT community, yung founder ng VLR is part of the community, parang feeling nila lahat ganon. So parang mas careful ako para dun sa iba na para hindi sila, alam mo yun, hindi sila ma-judge.
Stereotype.
Oo.
Kaya ako ang binubungad nila.
Here's my cisgendered friend.
Mami
Look,
siya.
she's part of our group.
Single mother.
Single mother.
Babae.
De, pero yun yung challenge.
Ikaw yung token straight person.
Alay.
Alay
literal,
talaga.
inalay.
De, pero yun. Pero syempre, I'm sensitive for them. Kasi, hindi ko naman tinayo or finound yung group for a specific
Niche.
Right,
Group,
you're correct.
Yeah.
So, I founded the group because of the same passion in riding. na-enjoy yung Vespa, mahilig dun sa colorful looking na scooter na yan. So, kaya nagkasama-sama but not because LGBT sila.
Kaya nga Vespa lady riders,
Exactly.
hindi Vespa lesbian riders.
Oo.
Diba?
Naging sensitive ako doon.
Oo.
Okay, question. What percentage of your group?
We don't
I would say 30% of the members are
part of the community.
So that's a large percentage.
Yeah.
That is a significant chunk of the lesbian.
But that's the thing, it's we don't ask. Like when I became a member, it wasn't asked in the membership form. Like what's your preference?
That's
or what's
right.
your identity? So I think the 30% is a rough estimate. It's not like the actual estimate because again, it's not something that we have as a metric.
Yeah, it's not like I'm gonna join
Exactly.
boss the heterosexual
Correct.
riding group.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
That's right.
Unless you really specify, like Becky's of Shera, di ba? Alam mo talaga na yun yung brand nila, yun yung ano.
But even then, I just read something on social media. Some of them naman, parang pinagbibintangan naman na, you're parang, nagfi-feeling lady rider ka.
What is that? What do they mean by that?
Parang, syempre they're trans and womanly or feminine.
Oh.
Merong mga nang babash sa kanila na, ikaw nagfi-feeling
Feeling
lady
girl
rider.
masyado.
Okay,
Ganon.
here's
Confused.
now I'm a little confused by this, right? Because there's a lot of debate about like trans people joining sports competitions that are like for all women and the definition and how you see yourself. If a trans person wanted to join Vespa Lady Riders, would that be okay?
You know what? When we started the group, sinabi ko na talaga, kung ang sasali ay trans woman, why not? Kasi kung nag-a-identify siya as a woman, a lady, why not? We will welcome that.
If Mackie identifies as a lady but looks like Mackie.
Solid.
No,
ba ang sumali
hindi
sa
pwede.
ano?
Hindi pwede.
Siyempre,
Vespa
hindi
Lady
na.
Riders.
Vespa lalaki rider ka.
Pre, pwede ako sumama.
Pre, sali ako. Vespa Lady Riders. Okay lang.
Vespa lalaki rider ka.
I associate myself as a lady eh. Pwede ba yan?
So that's where it gets a little confusing, right? Okay, so now I guess that's you were saying that you saw these Mios and there are a whole bunch of like very masculine kind of women riding it. Why are there more groups like that than there are groups of gay guys riding?
I think malaking factor din yung culture natin dito sa Pilipinas eh. Na, kumbaga, based on my personal experience, na pag nakikita nila yung babae, nag-show na lesbian siya, mas mabilis tanggapin ng pamilya. Generally speaking, based on my experience. Pero pagdating sa amin, ang dami naming iniisip na tatanggapin ako, pwede ako i-disown, palayasin. So ang bigat ng emotional ilalabas mo yung sarili mo sa public from your family. Friends mabilis kasi hindi mo, pero pagdating sa family, iba yung usapan eh. Tapos syempre, yung mga before pa, like yung mga 90s, 80s, iba yung stigma talaga binibigay pag lalaki yung magka-come out. Ayun. Tapos sasabihin, mas ano yan, kahit before, sabihin na, nagpa-test ka lang ng HIV, stigmatized, may AIDS yan. Diba? So, lack of education, ignorance when it comes to, parang makita ka nila ganun kaagad. So, yun yung sad part. But now, syempre, progressive. So, mas nakikita na hindi lang pala dapat FM dapat. So, you have to really more...
Pero on the contrary, Bex, sa tingin ko nga mas accepted ang gays sa society natin than lesbians. Actually, I think what's surprising them is yung pag stereotype, kala nila yun nga baklang parlor. So iilan yung mga gay guys like you. Parang dun sila medyo na-weirdohan. Parang may ganun pala.
Hindi nila ma-marry ma-connect yung visual from the thought
That's
na bading. Yung ganon.
Kasi when people think gay guy, they only have one kind of, and that's the one that you see on movies back in the day. Diba? Yung parang ganon. There's no representation of a masculine gay guy on TV, in movies. Actually, not that many, no?
Before.
In the Philippines.
Before.
Now, meron din.
Hindi, madami na ngayon. Mga indie film, shows.
Nag-out si Ricky Martin.
Ayan, isa pa yan.
Tapos yun
That's true.
My Best Friend's Wedding, di ba? Rupert Everett was the other guy there. So I think they're
I guess
starting to
that's
explore.
etched into the psyche of people,
Correct.
which is why they only think of gay dudes as just being this one type of gay
Yes.
dude.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Tingin ko parang ano yan sa music, di ba? Dati yung rock lang rock. Parang sabi nyo, yung parlor gay. It's the same. Nagkaroon na ng subgenres and people are surprised. Ngayon may punk rock, pop rock,
Alternative
emo rock,
rock.
alternative rock. Ganon din ba ganon ba
Yes.
ka-confused ng mga tao na, ay, may na pala, nag-sub-branch na rin pala.
Actually,
Kaya doon pumasok yung Soji.
di ba?
mas
Oo.
na-define. Kasi yun nga, yung totoo, lahat tayo, malawak yung spectrum. So,
Ay, hindi
Kaya ba rainbow color?
malawak. Kasi lahat tayo, bawat isa sa atin,
Sexuality is a spectrum.
may percentage ng masculinity and percentage of femininity.
Yeah.
At saka yun nga, kaya iba yung how do you identify yourself, ano yung orientation mo, how do you express yourself. Magkakaiba siya sa utak, sa puso, at kung paano mo gustong
Express.
i-express yung sarili mo. Yun yung karamihan hindi naiintindihan ng marami. Tama.
Yeah.
Karamihan hindi naiintindihan. I think ngayon naman din, pagdating naman sa mga kababaihan na nasa LGBT community, meron na rin, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero I think ito naman yung mas accepted na part.
Yes.
Pagka parehong feminine, natutuwa ang karamihan. Parehong feminine.
Visually appealing.
Visually appealing. I guess
Again, going back to media, I won't say what kind of media, but syempre, that's
right.
propagated, right?
yes.
Lalo na with the internet.
Correct,
Yes.
correct.
But it's still going back to what you said earlier, which again, this is from your experience and your perspective, where it's harder for gay guys to come out. I also think it's because we are in a patriarchal society, right? There's pressure on the eldest or the guy to continue to be and sadly, women. So it's debatable because we also have had women presidents, we've had women leaders, and I'm kind of proud of the fact that on the executive level, parang 49% of our executives are female in the Philippines, as opposed to other parts of the world, no? But I think it is because we have that patriarchal society that maybe the dads are a little bit more
Yeah. I think
like hindi ka pwede, you need to carry on the
Right.
family name.
Parang
While women on the
nangyayari.
other hand,
Very...
it's
Yeah.
not as much pressure.
Yeah.
parang nangyayari is when you're manly, tas malalaman na you're gay, parang nagiging perception sa'yo, ay, weak ka pala. So
True.
parang ganun din, pag lalaki, babae, mas strong yung lalaki. Yung babae, mas weak. 'Di ba? So pagka naman yung mga babae, parang coming out as parang
Strong.
stronger or mas
alpha
maraming...
female pala, tapos, 'di ba? Lesbian pala kahit feminine. Parang, uy, okay to
Hindi,
Yeah,
sila,
kasi it's
ganun
the
din.
carrying the family
Yeah.
name eh. That di ba?
Pagpapatuloy ng
Oo.
Junior, ganyan.
Diba?
junior lineage.
Yes.
Interesting. So what are the other challenges? What are the misconceptions that people have about lesbian riders?
Na hindi lahat talaga ay masculine looking
Butch.
or butch.
si Catrice
Clea
and
and
Clea.
Yeah.
Catrice.
When they come out.
Oh.
So that's also confusing. Kasi back in the day, I always thought I had a couple of bi friends, and I always thought, they're not ready to come out. You know what I mean? It's like, hindi pare bi ako. Like it's a euphemism. Like we're almost ready to come out, but we're not ready to come out. But it turns out indeed there are people who really are bi. And I was talking to a friend of mine, another gay dude that you know. My yoga instructor, and we were like having this discussion about like, we were kawawa yung mga bi, because back in the day we would judge them. Ay, di pa bakla talaga yan. Hindi pa siya.
Buy now, gay later.
Oo.
Yes.
Pero as we get
The
educated,
label,
it is really a
Meron.
segment in it is really a clear
Yes.
soji
Yeah.
identity.
And then one thing that Che was talking about, di ba, yung kanina na the difficulty between, coming out as gay or coming out as lesbian. With the lesbian, from what I've observed, with the lesbian community, there's always that sense from their family, siguro, or other friends na not so much supportive about their choices. Na parang, ay, hindi pa yan, babalik din yan. Mas may ganon klase towards the lesbian community than when you come out as a gay guy. Di ba? Parang, bading na yan, that's it. Di ba? Pero, when they learn na, kunyari, I learned that you're a lesbian.
You can still be turned.
Exactly.
Di pwede ka,
Di ba? Parang,
hindi,
pa-date mo sa lalaki.
Phase lang yan kasi
diba?
nag-all-girls school yan.
Exactly.
Parang
Ang daming
ganon.
excuse that they don't really understand na, yun talaga yung preference. Alam mo yon, yun talaga yung, that's how they identify. Yung ganun lang, 'di ba? They love women. 'Di ba? Parang so may ganun hanggang ngayon may naririnig ako, ay, talaga lesbian siya. Ay, hindi, pa-date mo sa lalaki yan. Tignan mo. Yung ganun, ako na lang mag-date ng lalaki.
Wait, speaking of female being the representative of female cisgendered riders, have you ever experienced kind of a bias? Baka thinking that you're a lesbian because you ride, and has that ever happened?
Actually, for some reason, nobody thought of me as that, even if I've asked. Wala ba akong vibe na ganun? Kahit marami ako may tinanungan ako, wala ba akong vibe? Sabi hindi, kasi parang ang vibe mo malandi. Ganun ka agad sa akin. So far, nobody has asked me, but I've heard parang, yun nga, yung kunikwento ni Che na, Vespa Lady Riders ka, baka magiging lesbian. Parang gano'n, parang, ay guys, ano yan? Sakit ba yan? Parang, alam mo yun?
I've never heard this about the Vespa Lady Riders. This is the first time I've heard this.
Well, good for you din.
Good for you.
Good for you. Kasi parang ganun yung dati. So I think we're improving
I
in
think we're
communicating
improving now, and
that it's not, it's not the stereotype group that
that's right.
Pero so far wala namang ganung hirit lately. Pero
Hindi ka kasi naka-Mio. Kung Mio Lady Riders yan, iba na yung usapan.
correct. Hindi kasi muna ako nagsimula sa Mio. Ayun.
Because we have everybody represented here in this episode, and we've got Tess, who is an official, certified, accredited, recognized ally. Registered ng DTI. It's a great segue to our Tunay Na Rider Castrol Moto Tips. And for this episode, we're going to ask, what is it we can do as riders to promote inclusivity and to be allies to all of our Soji friends?
I can start off being an ally. So
Certified.
Yes, a certified, registered,
Registered.
Validated.
validated, and recognized. And one tip, one Castro tip for being an ally would be to listen and learn from members of the community themselves and read up. And then validate with the community again. There's a lot of back and forth conversation. Again, educate yourself. So yeah, that's one for me.
Well, when I'm off the air, I can have a lot of really open conversations with friends, and I ask questions, no, but I'm always afraid of insulting
Crossing the line.
or asking the wrong question. Like, should I be afraid, or should I or is my intent clear? I want to learn about these things, but I also don't want to insult. I don't want to hurt.
Yeah, I think I can answer that. Actually, you being inquisitive about these things, we appreciate that. That you ask us. And even when you're talking to an LGBT person, importante din na siya yung tanungin mo, how do you identify yourself?
Correct.
Ano yung pronoun mo? Kasi pala, ngayon, nowadays, hindi lahat pag nakita mong sobrang itsura niya lalaki, he, him siya. 'Di ba? Or pag nakita mo sobrang mukhang babae, hindi rin pala she, her. Pero pag nakita mo namang butch looking, hindi mo rin pwedeng sabihing sir agad. Kailangan sa kanya manggaling. And yung mga bagay na yun, para sa isang alay, I think respectful na tanungin mo mismo yung tao. How do you want me to address you? Minsan yung iba yung confused pa, sasabihin na, just address me by my name. Kasi hindi pa ako sure. 'Di ba? So, mas respectful yung ganun. Kahit dun ka pa sa point na hindi ka pa nagre-research or wala kang alam totally, I think you could start from that.
That's a good first question to ask.
Tsaka tama si Che, hindi siya, ang LGBTQ community, when you ask them questions, they're very open. At sila mismo, hindi sila bihira ma-insulto eh. Parang they're prepared to really educate you and open your eyes, make you aware.
I guess let's narrow it down to how to be more inclusive riders, right? Are there things we should do when we invite people to rides? Are there things that we should take into consideration, Bex?
Sa akin, just be yourself. Kasi the more you pretend yourself, parang you're portraying someone else. At least if you just showed up on a certain ride or group ride, just be yourself. And definitely, ang baba lang ng percentage na mako-confuse sila. Kasi the more you express yourself, alam na kaagad. And mafe-feel mo naman na they're really genuine na the way they, parang tratuhin ka, na normal. Hindi yung parang, alam mo yun.
Ano ba yan? European o Japanese brand?
Unity Ride.
Based on European brands.
Here's a...
Hindi ko pala try yung maraming pixelated.
Going back to another stupid question. If we organize a long ride, and syempre, para makatipid, we share rooms. Diba? Who would you want to share a room with? Like, would you be more comfortable sharing a room with a female rider or a guy rider?
Before, ang mga ka-roommates ko, pagka yung overnight rides, babae talaga. Pero kakausapin ko muna, are you comfortable na tayo mag-roommate? Kasi nga, as long as na-establish namin yung friendship kind of thing. Pero pagka yung biglaan, like yung last time sa Bataan, straight yung kasama ko. So, separate beds kami. Pero okay lang, normal lang.
No issues.
Wala. Tapos, hindi ko naman na-feel na uncomfortable.
Hindi mo hiningi yung Gcash niya.
Hindi.
I think responsibility rin naman yon ng person eh.
Yes.
Whether you're an LGBTQ person or a straight person. Feeling ko dapat naiintindihan mo na straight ka nga, hindi naman lahat ng babae type mo kung lalaki ka. 'Di ba? So kung nasa ibang spectrum ka, hindi naman, porke kunyari lesbian ka, hindi lahat ng babae type mo.
Correct.
Di ba? So, yun dapat sana yung maintindihan ng mas marami. Kasi, yun nga, parang pag sinabing, naku, bading yan, huwag tayong dumikit dyan.
Agad-agad.
Parang may ganun agad na, parang, bading lang, di ka na pwedeng dumikit. Or lesbian lang, matataypan ka na. Baka...
And that's the weird thing. Like, there's this, like, self-centeredness in the people with biases. Wherein like, kung nag-CR kami ni Motobex and then nakita niya I unzipped, oh my God, rape na.
Feeling mo,
Di ba? Parang,
Or
like
violated
the minute I
ka.
show him my whatever, he's gonna jump on me. Which is such a weird misconception.
correct.
Like going back to the question about if we did a long ride, and we do a lot of like let's say a brand sponsors
Yeah.
a ride, and they'll automatically group women together. Do you have any issues? Like, would you be okay with what would your preference be? Would it be better to bunk with a guy or with another woman?
No, not at all. Wala namang requirement or walang preference actually when it comes to ride. Parang, I think yun nga yung gusto natin, equality. Diba? We share one road. Kahit magkakaiba tayo, we are all very diverse. Whether pare-pareho kayong straight, magkakaiba pa din kayo. So, ganun din. Kapag invite yung LGBTQ person, iti-treat mo siya as a regular rider.
Feeling ko nga ang mas may bias pa dyan yung straight eh.
True.
Like if you ask me that question, I would say may sagot kagad ako. I'd rather be bunked in with women. Yung ganun kagad, 'di ba? Parang ang usually ang mas matindi ang privilege factor ay the straight group.
Obviously, when you go to like motorcycle conventions, di ba makikita mo mga nasa mga motor? Di ba? Panay ladies na parang nagmo-model doon.
Yeah, yung mga booth babes, yung mga ganun.
Sabi ko, bakit walang cute guys dyan man lang?
Ako, honestly, I just think they distract from the bikes. Like,
The cute guys?
Totoo yan.
The cute
yung
guys?
mga booth babes, yung
The booth babes.
parang feeling ko nakaharang lang sila sa
Oo.
motor eh. Sana may information sila. Yung brake
Oh,
horsepower
correct,
niya.
correct.
Yung mga
Oo.
ganun.
Masasagot
Huwag ka lang
nila lahat
magpa-cute
ng
doon. Diba? It'd be cool if I could interview them and then you've got eye candy and you're learning. But hindi, nakaharang lang eh.
That's true.
And yung interest naman usually ng fanatic sa mga
The motor
motors.
talaga.
Yung motor talaga.
Oo,
That's true.
share ko yung
But then again, meron din talaga sa mga events na
True.
pumupunta doon because of the girls.
for the
Yeah.
booth babes.
True.
Meron din naman.
That's true. Pero ito like last night, humabol siya sa registration natin. Sabi niya pa, hahabol ako not because I know I'm really straight guy, but I wanna be there to support you because I'm so inspired what you're doing for the community. As an ally. So I'm going there as an ally because I love what you're doing for the community. Kumbaga, you're creating awareness publicly. Kumbaga, for 3 years na nandyan ka, you're creating change. So doon siya nag-support. Doon ako parang, oh wow, thank you. Ganun ako. Hindi ko na-expect.
So yon, that is our Castrol Tunay Na Rider motto tip. It is really about being open. It is about asking what people, what their soji is. That's the first step to make somebody feel welcome. And once you do that, I think the intent is there.
Yes.
And I don't think there is a thing as a wrong question if the intent is there.
Okay, so to wrap
Okay na.
our show,
Mauna ka.
tatanong namin yung pinakamahirap na tanong ngayong gabi. Okay? So,
Nasagot na nila to eh. Pero baka may
baka
bagong
nagbago
answer.
yung answer nyo. So, ang tanong namin sa inyo, ano ang definition ninyo ng tunay na rider?
Nakamiyo.
Ay!
Anyone?
Ako muna, bago. Tunay na rider ay maggalang sa kapwa kasama sa daan. Yun na lang yun. Mapakotse, mapamotorsiklo, lahat ng nasa daan, on the road, tunay na rider ka kung magalang ka, marespeto ka.
Yo.
Ako para sa akin, ang tunay na rider, disiplinado. Kasi kung hindi ka disiplinado, madidisgrasya ka din eh. Diba? So dapat, alam mo na dapat pag lumabas ka ng daan, safe ka. So pag disiplinado ka, safety yung number 1 para sa'yo.
Sa akin naman, sa pangatlong taon na tinanong nyo sa akin ng Tunay Na Rider, I think nag-evolve naman siya na nagsaserve ka ng purpose sa community. May social responsibility ka. Ganyan dapat. Hindi ka na naghahanap ng makaka-date or para
Yung dati mong gawain.
Diba? Parang, okay. But na lalabas yung sense of purpose mo.
Nag-mature ka na, Motobex.
Kahit single pa din. Char.
Hindi ka nakahanap ka ng date. Purpose na lang.
Kaya nga ako magbibismin loop para makap ng afam. Anyway, yun. So yun yung masasabing dagdag. Kasi before it's more personal. And now it's more outside the personal
For the
intention.
community na.
Yeah.
Galing. So dahil dyan, hashtag sa world number 1 tayo.
Castrol, world number 1 tayo.
Thank you so much for being here, for joining us in this podcast. So as we take away, thank you Castrol Philippines for sponsoring this podcast.
Live, love, and ride. Thank you.
Happy Pride!
Happy Pride!
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tunay Na Rider.
The Pod Network Entertainment.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.